It's a humbling business with a lot of body blows. There's a lot of great things that are going on. The innovation that's happening right now in terms of what we talked about from the manufacturing side is really great. There's a lot of amazing research that's being conducted finally. It's long overdue. Places like Marin are starting to really see it and get this type of medication to people that need it. It's not pretty, it's messy, but we're getting through it and it's getting better every day. We used to police ourselves and we did a really good job. And then some, frankly, not great regulations were put in place and we're all doing our best.
And we love you for it.
Yeah. Just a quick question. Are these regulations throughout California or just in this area?
Throughout California.
Throughout California.
So the way we get held by regulations is the Bureau of Cannabis Control holds retailer licenses, and then the CDPH holds the manufacturing, right? So you've got these like state regs, and then you have your local regulations. So a lot of times your local will either, complement the state, or they'll restrict it even more than the state has it. So thankfully, San Rafael has basically mimicked the state, so as long as we're in state, we're in compliance.
Yeah, and just to answer that question, it's funny, I have people who are like, how do you like being in Marin? Like, they think I'm going to say some horrible thing, and I feel like operating in Marin has been the easiest part of this whole experience. We really have an amazing advocate. Danielle has, I don't know. I know that there's a lot of municipalities and who have like this adversarial relationship with cannabis companies, and apart from a couple of cranky city council officials, we've been so fortunate. So that's one really amazing thing, is to like actually be somewhere where I'm like, oh, I don't even like think about it. That's been easy. So I feel really fortunate in that regard, and I hope that as cannabis continues to evolve in the state and in Marin, we can grow like a really thriving business community. That's something that I'm really looking forward to, is having more licensees who we can just like get together with and powwow and be like, how do we deal with this, manufacturing issue or whatever. So
It's really become an industry
yeah,
of cannabis.
and like be like an advocate for the industry and for and all the stuff that I care about. So that's exciting.
Educate.
Yeah.
And advocate. There's going to be a lot of competition between you all.
You know what?
It gets
I can speak for myself, but I think it's been a pretty collaborative industry. We're all really in it together. So
Yeah.
So I recently saw an article about Monsanto Bayer taking over the cannabis industry. Can you guys speak to how we can protect the industry from huge conglomerates of not nice companies?
wow, I'm so glad you phrased it that way, because I feel like consumers so often, or like people so often, are like, they don't take responsibility for the fact that you guys all have power to choose the brands you want to support. And I know for us, we are a craft brand and we source our cannabis from small farms, and that's a big value to us. So I would just say, like, research or email, call people from the companies that you're interested in and find out where they get their cannabis from, like what their ethos is. Because you guys, like, you are the drivers of the industry. We're just responding to what buyers are telling us, because that's what patients are telling them. Do you want to?
I think that's exactly right. There's going to be a lot of Budweiser out there. And it's going to be up to you guys to sort through it, and it's not easy. But with Budweiser, 20 years later came a massive microbrew infusion. And now there's California, has just 200 microbrews in the Bay Area alone. So it can be done. It's going to take time, but really know what you're taking and ask questions like this.
I have a question. I was just curious about, you were made reference to having disposed of a lot of unused packaging because of the labeling. I was just wondering, are you taking direction with biodegradable or products?
That is
packaging?
a great question, and something that's near and dear to my heart. For edibles, and you guys are probably a little different, for edibles right now to be food grade, there's not much out there. In fact, there's very little that will pass. I can't tell you how long we've been hammering on the package makers. With that said, another part of this problem is most of it's made in China, which has different regulations. Because all of these jobs throughout the last 30 years got pushed to China. It is a really complicated question that you just asked. And the quick answer is we're working on it, but we're not there yet, at least for food-grade edibles.
Or are you trying to source products made in the United States, though?
Absolutely.
Where
Our
it's
boxes are made in
affordable?
the Bay Area, our pouches are printed here in California, and we pay a huge premium for that.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Why not just go to those companies that do packaging?
What's that?
Why not go to companies that already do packaging for food and have them customized to what you need?
Oh, we do. It's all in China now, and it's incredibly difficult. There's not that much made here anymore.
Thank you. Thank you. Other question? Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm not sure, Rick, did you point at me?
I pointed at him, but because you guys can go to the circle.
Just back to the banking question real quickly. I happen to know someone who used to own a bank here in Marin, Sonoma County, who is now putting together a conglomerate of people to help the cannabis industry with banking, and they are lobbying super hard in Sacramento so that you guys will be able to do regular banking. So, and they're putting together basically a cannabis bank. So,
Sounds great.
Sounds
Thank you.
amazing.
I didn't know if you knew about that. But.
Can you tell us how we could be involved in that, or how people here who are interested can help support
I
that?
could probably give Kim a call, and I just need to
My suggestion is when you have an update to that, please put it on the Link Local Marin site. And obviously there's a great level of interest there. People will be reading about it, and if you need support from us, you say what we can do to help support that legislation, I'm sure everyone here will give a hand.
Great, and the lady next behind.
It's a follow-up or precursor to this lady's question about packaging. Understanding the difficulty of sourcing packaging, and understanding, I'm sure there's a lot of regulations in terms of what kind of packaging you have to use. Is there any way to limit the amount of plastic that's used?
This is all something that we are passionate about.
Not that recycling plastic is doing anything these days, but I have a pile. Okay, I've just said something about that. I have a pile of plastic that I have collected for a couple of years, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me we are now taking these back to reuse.
and what about the cartridges?
Yeah, it's a huge issue, and it's something that state lobbyists I think are working on. And I talk to a lot of brands, but like you said, the regulations really compact us in this way where they're forcing us to do that. And I know ONA, the only thing we can do is our big plastic CRP bags. We just ask for them back. If we ask to reuse them, it's like trying to reuse it in that way. But unfortunately,
it's also, we would love it if consumers reached out to the state and said, we don't need, I make topicals, balms you put on your skin, those have to be in child-resistant packaging. It's absurd. So, it would also be wonderful, we try to advocate for, against that as much as possible. A, it's hideous. B, it's really expensive. C, it's totally wasteful.
How about people that have pain and have trouble opening
Well,
those
that's
I
the
get
other
that
thing.
all the
Eat
time.
what's inside.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's also up to, I hope that people who are patients will also reach out to lawmakers and say, hey, this is absurd. I have all this junk that I can't throw away.
So just as a follow-up, is there a conversation amongst the industry about this?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
huge.
Within our circle, yes.
Yeah.
With the regulators, no. To
No,
get it
I'm talking
through,
about brand.
it had to be childproof. So the childproof industry, the packaging industry, wasn't ready for us. and they're still scrambling.
They never made childproof
Yeah, it
teas.
just didn't exist. Childproof
You know?
lip balm, childproof whatever. It didn't exist.
Exactly.
So they're all scrambling to get
So
it
everything is like layers of packaging. So you have a normal tube, then you have to put it in a big plastic bag. So it's
done. It's terrible.
Yeah, I would love to start, and hopefully Russell can help me affiliate this, but I'll get a list going, and you guys can all sign, and we can all come together on the packaging. Because actually last year I got about 60 signatures, and you guys helped me pass an ordinance. So if we want to continue like working in support of each other, we can absolutely do that, and we can get it sent to the state. Yeah. Yeah, you the white.
So Governor Newsom was supposedly super pro-cannabis. Has he thrown any weight around to make any of these rules easier, or has he
well, they
done
were all
anything?
finalized just this year. So I think it's.
But even this temporary, permanent, I mean,
We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. A TBD.
Wasn't he working on a banking, a state bank?
There's been a lot.
There's a lot of chit chat about various types of
But
banking.
wasn't it Newsom a while ago that had discussed that, or am I wrong on that?
I think you're right.
It
He's
failed
now the
the
governor.
legislature twice.
Yeah. So.
Well, I own a commercial mortgage company, and I am involved in some cannabis transactions. And I do have a client right now that is borrowing funds through my sources to expand his dispensary business. He's got 2 excellent dispensaries in San Francisco. I've got his bank statement, so I know he's doing some banking with that. So there are, I do a lot of business in the private money space when it comes to real estate and commercial. And so there are a number of private sources for financing, and there are some banks out there that will handle money.
Yeah, they'll take you in for a little bit and they'll kick you out.
Yeah,
It's
believe
kind
me.
of the issue. Or there are a lot of people that unfortunately are using, like a consulting versus being a cannabis company. So there are absolutely loopholes, but there is no real.
And there's a price that comes with those.
And you'll get caught at something.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You gotta have a backup plan.
Yeah, you know that.
So I'm more involved with the hemp side, but I love cannabis. And hemp was just descheduled on December 2018, and Mitch McConnell was the biggest force behind that. Who is behind cannabis to have that be scheduled too, so we don't have to have this kind of conversation anymore about banking and, it's still a Schedule I narcotic. It's stupid, but there you have it.
Yeah.
What?
I would say the whole industry's behind it.
But
Both
if they're
are doing anything.
Mitch McConnell is a political powerhouse. Who's the hemp advocate or the cannabis advocate for this? Is anybody?
I don't. I should know the answer to this, but I don't. I mean, I think for us, honestly, I'm not so focused on federal legalization. We're just trying to.
McConnell's up for
It's a
re-election
complicated
in
question.
2020.
And there's a lot of lobbyists
Best
on
thing
behalf
we
of our
can
industry.
do is make sure he gets out.
Well, I mean, that's not.
I mean, until when 2020 comes.
Okay, this woman in the back.
Okay. My question is about new products and new businesses that are starting to pop up in Marin to support some of the products you guys are talking about. Are you seeing a lot of new, what's the growth you're seeing?
In terms of like ancillary businesses in Marin.
Graphic design would be a big
Printing.
one. Printing, business, any normal business. We need accountants. We need consultants. We need bookkeepers. All that stuff.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, insurance.
No, I meant like the products. Like, are there a lot of new products coming out?
Cannabis products?
Well, we have 16 licenses here in San Rafael, which is the only city in Marin that's licensed out cannabis companies. So there's 5 deliveries, 6 manufacturers. Danielle should answer that actually.
We have 10 licenses accounted for infused product manufacturing. Not all of them are utilized at this point, but for Marin-wide, really San Rafael is the only place that you can do manufacturing, distribution, testing, or delivery. So to the ecosystem question and kind of services used, I think as you see cities step into the space and it increase over time, you're going to see more business come your way. We have, I would say, one more licensing round coming up for the city of San Rafael for some of the new licenses that were approved. But I think innovating a product right now is hard because you have so much time and compliance that goes into just one. And so what I'm seeing are a lot of the infused manufacturers focusing on what they're really, really good at, building a solid revenue stream, and then starting to experiment with other products. So you might be really great at caramels, and then you're going to move into a tincture, but they need the capital and they need cash flow coming in from their main product before they start innovating with new products. So I think people are just really trying to kind of just get footed. And for San Rafael, really opening up adult use was kind of our way of trying to give our businesses a chance at survival, because it is a big money game. And prior to here, I was in Santa Rosa working on the regulation there, and much larger companies. We also handle cultivation and retail, and our program is much more modest. We focus on most of the interior of supply chain, with the access point being delivery. So hope that helps. Yeah.
I can tell you what I want to see. I would love to see, and I know this will come with time and more licenses, but I would love to see extraction in Marin. I would love to see like a really awesome distributor with statewide presence and awesome sales team. That's like my manifesting that right now. Like a lab, a great lab. I mean, I think there's a lot of just industry-wide growth that I'm really looking forward to.
I think we're at 12:59. How much time do we have, Russell?
Well, I know we're not. We have the place till 1, but we don't have anyone that's scheduled to come right away. We start a little late, so let's have another 5 minutes. And
Okay.
this crowd is so intriguing.
Right. Okay. Like, yeah.
I read recently, I think in the Biz Journal or someplace else, about them wanting to, meaning the government wanting to unionize your industry. What do you feel about that? How would that affect you?
I think I read that article too, like Pacific Sun or something.
Yeah.
It wouldn't affect me. We're really small, but I think it's great. I support unions. I think people should make a living wage. I think, that might even pull some people out of the black market who are being exploited, especially around like areas where there's a lot of cultivation. So I support, we're an ethics-driven, values-driven company, and so I totally support people being paid enough to live in the Bay Area.
I'm asking this on behalf of the owner of event venue. He's having a hard time finding an insurance company that will not have that exclusion that says if damage is done because of marijuana to the property, the insurance company will not pay for that.
Oh, wow. How can they say it was because of marijuana?
Yeah.
No, it's someone. It's like cigarettes. Someone smoking it. Ash. Ash gets starting to burn something because he's in a very rural area. So and summer gets dry. So he's having a hard time finding an insurance company that will cover that.
I bet.
Yeah,
I would just say
is brutal.
one final thing about the additional products and the scaling of economies and things like that is, lived in this county long enough, you already know there's a problem with housing, with businesses in terms of manufacturing. We just don't have the space, and nobody will allow it to be built anyway. So the scale, I guess my question for you guys is, regardless of how many cities decide to start getting into the business and allowing licenses to be done, there are only going to be certain types of businesses, in my opinion, because we're not going to be able to have, the scalability of what Santa Rosa can do. We can build more commercial property up there. We can't really do that here in Marin, or at least it's been shut down.
I think that's why customizing what you can focus on based on what the ground game conditions are, right? So Santa Rosa, much more sprawling city, much bigger, larger population, has agricultural uses and industrial. Cultivation was something that they could grab onto and get their buildings turned and improved. here, really for us, we have a small industrial segment. We have low vacancy rates, and so for us, the slower drip of a few licenses, getting them started, getting them situated, property owners realize it's an asset, then more come on board, you open the faucet again. Our program's very different here than Santa Rosa. It's professional license based. It lies with the operator, and in Santa Rosa, it's a land use based process. So for me as a regulator, I think it really depends on how you customize for your community, right? Like, what is the square footage available? What is the labor force available? What is your access to the other markets in the Bay Area? And what we're hearing from other people in Sonoma County who want to be here in Marin County, where they're interested in is in the retail piece and the distribution piece, potentially the manufacturing piece, but really kind of cultivation. Santa Rosa's in that unique position for that, and then going up. But I mean, that's just been kind of our scenario here, and what we've tried to do is create a feedback loop so that I can adjust along the way and adapt, because there is no perfect program. And the state regulations are so difficult that I just want to make sure at a local level we're not making it harder, you know. But yeah, finding space is a challenge, and it was a challenge for all of you, you know.
It's a real estate play for the last 5. I've been evicted 7 times.
Oh my gosh.
I've gotten my deposit back every single time.
They don't want to love food.
One final question.
All right, we got one final question, Robert.
Hi there. I just wanted to share a little bit of perspective. We're a licensed California cultivator, 60-acre farm in southern Humboldt County, got a half-acre under cultivation. We also own a licensed distribution company, also based in southern Humboldt. So, Danielle, I was interested in what you were talking about with respect to distribution and other licenses here. We've had a lot of experience up in Humboldt County, which is land use. But just to give a bit of perspective, so our distribution company probably does, I don't know, $250,000 a quarter, something like that, about $250,000 a quarter in revenues out of about 1,000 square feet. So distribution, we think that the idea of distribution, and I thought it too, was massive buildings, huge roll-up doors, tractor trailers rolling in and rolling out. It actually does not look like that. It doesn't look like that. I know a distribution company that operated in Sausalito for years. Tiny office. So the products that we're distributing, in many cases like Valhalla, are small products, high-value products. Even bulk cannabis. It's funny. I heard a conversation actually here in Marin County. I won't share the person who was concerned about it, but the concern was we don't want a distribution company in Marin County that is carrying bulk cannabis, because we're afraid of somebody breaking in and stealing the bulk cannabis. And I had to laugh because we sell things called diamonds. We sell things called turf sauce that are extremely valuable in tiny little glass jars. And the idea that somebody is going to roll in and take plastic tubs and staff a tractor trailer with plastic tubs is ludicrous. It's like somebody stealing out of Bluestone there at the corner of 580 and 101, as opposed to going down on 4th Street and knocking over a diamond store. So distribution is a smaller scale business than we might think, at least on a small level like ours. We're not a huge company yet, but we've been operating for, legally for 4 years, and since 1981 is our tagline. My folks set the place 40 years ago. But so we have a fair amount of experience in Sacramento, a fair amount of experience in going through the regulations, and I just want to give a perspective on what life is really like for a licensed distribution company and a licensed cultivator.
Well, that's wonderful. I really want to let's have a hand for the speakers. Tremendous job. And then if someone wants to grab that basket there, I can give away the first aid kit that's sitting right next to. And then we want to thank you folks, and please, if you aren't a member already of Link Local Marin, join us. It's free, and we have not only these kind of speaker events, but the evening networking events too. So here, let me pull a card for a lucky winner, and that winner is Oh, Don McRae. There you go. Yes. Very good. Well, I hope you never use it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Please stay in network. Thank you.
I know, exactly.